Hello, computer class. Today we're going to be continuing on from our previous assignment, which was numbered 102.13, and it's where we wrote a letter to the principal. This assignment is 102.15, and it's creating a mail merge. So I want to look back at what we wrote earlier. We chose to write a letter. We had to use block style. So you'll notice here everything is lined up on the left-hand side and mixed punctuation. So we have a colon after the Mr. Von Fisher in this case, and then after our closing there is a comma. So we have this letter. Now many of you forget how to, or you don't know how to, make a block style business letter. So if you've forgotten that format, what you can do is in Word, you go to File and go to New, and let's type in business letter. And that pulls up all the templates, so we're just getting a template. I'm just going to choose the second one here, letter confirming a candidate job interview. So we'll create that. You'll notice that the formatting over on the left-hand side, it has your address, your information, and if you've been in the computer, like mine, it already has my first name there. And so we can go in and fill in the information that we need and then type the letter. But it's showing you we are already in a business letter format. So if you've forgotten how to do that, here's a quick way to just refresh your memory. A challenge or problem with doing it this way is when we go to do the business letter, there's already formatting in place. So sometimes it's just easier to delete the formatting before we go into the next step of making the mail merge. So done that. Don't want to save that. I'm just going to go back here. So I have my letter. Now, looking at the instructions, pop that back open here, create a mail merge. So the principal has already read your letter of complaint and would like to forward it to parents and staff on the school improvement committee. Your principal needs your assistance in getting the letter sent out. So he's asked you to create personal stationery that you created, or open that, and then use the file saved as 102.13, that's what I'm just showing you, as your current document. Then use the data source below to create a list of parent and staff addresses. So these are the addresses we will then be using to make our mail merge. Right, so I have that information, and you can go through it, and it just tells you, oh, here's the names we need to make a mail merge. So how do we start? Well, if we look at the top up here, we see a heading called Mailings. I'm going to click on Mailings. Now under Mailings, I have the Start Mail Merge. Click that, and then we have the Step-by-Step Mail Merge Wizard. I open that up, and now we are here. So the mail merge is over on the right-hand side. What type of document are you working on? I'm working on a letter. So in this case, I want to use a letter. But if we wanted to do envelopes or labels, we could certainly set up to do that. But we're doing letters. So we go down to the bottom here. Next, starting document. So I click starting document. Now up here again, how do you want to set up your letters? Use the current document. That's what I want to do. Next, select recipients. So that's where we go next. Now, use an existing list. I don't already have a list. In some of our future assignments, or if you are making a list, you'll already have that mailing list saved somewhere, and it's saved in an Microsoft Access file. So if you have that, then you could go to the Browse. I don't for this assignment, so we need to type a new list. So then I hit the Create button. It now has where we're going to be entering the information. So I need to do a combination of things to pull this back up here. I'm going to put in that, it'll go back to where I was just at. So I'm going to type a new list, create. Right, so then we're up here. Now, something you might want to do is open this up farther. You can see all those spots that are available will be opened up in my list. So, work phone, home phone, we're not doing that. We don't even go to country. We're going to the zip code. So I start here, and the first one is Mr. And then I just hit the tab, John, tab, Wheels, company name. We don't have a company name. We're just going to address line 1, 2, 3, and so on. And I'm just going to type these in here, tab, tab, and the city is Piedmont, state of South Dakota, 57006. And then I hit enter. Oh, I didn't want to hit enter. Then I go to new entry. I go to new entry, and then I type in the next one. So I will just jump to the end here. And now I've entered all of these, and I hit OK. And you'll see a new one pops up, and it's saying, well, where do I want to save it? I'm just going to save this to my desktop where I'm saving it, but you should save it to your Google Drive. And where are you going to be saving it? I'm going to be saving it into this is LT731 projects and screencast, and I'm going to say, call it the title is 17, well, let's see, 102.15, 102_15, underscore 15, mailing. So, or mailing list or something like that. So you're saving it, and it's saved as an access file, and you'll see this pops up here showing, oh, what did I just enter? Okay, great. If you need to, you can go back into that access file and make changes there. We click OK. So now I have made a link between my letter and the mailing recipients. Now, next, write your letter. This is where we then make changes to what we put in here. And I can open this back up here so you can see a little bit more of the screen. So we have our address block right down here. Mr. Paul Von Fisher. Well, sometimes it's just easier again. I'm just going to delete that because this is where we're mailing it to. So I've just deleted that address block. And I'm going to go to address block. And this is showing what is the default of how we're going to look at it. Insert recipient's name in the format. So I have the greeting, the title, and their name. Insert the company name. I don't have a company name. I mean, it won't show up if it's not there. Insert the postal address. I want that. And so it's going to be formatted like this, and I can click through them to see what it's going to look like. Okay, that's what I want. And now it's put these special symbols here showing that, oh yes, there is an address block there. Now I also need to come down here to my greeting. See how I have Mr. Von Fisher here? I don't want that to be changed. I could go in here and change this individually, and I'll show you how to do that, and then I'll go show you the other way too. If I wanted to replace one specific part of it, I can go to the More Items, and I can go in here and I can select first name, last name, company name, and this is where I can put these individual things in here if I want. But in this case, I want to just replace this whole greeting line, so I'm going to go to greeting line. Excuse me, I need to delete that. Go to the greeting line, and you'll see the default here is a comma. Dear Mr., and then it's our last name. I want to have a colon here because it's a business letter, a little more formal. So dear, and it's showing that. And okay, so now I put a greeting line in here. Now, if you say you had some money amounts or something like that, you could do that right in the body of the letter too, and it would link right back to your mail merge information that you've put in there. So there's a way of grabbing more of that information, whatever you put into that access file. All right, so now I have the address block, I have the greeting line, but the date on here is incorrect, so you can go in there and change the date to the current address if you're wanting to do that, going up into the insert and the current date. You've got that selected, and date and time is right here. When it's minimized, you really can't see the date and time, but it's right there. And I want to say and then I'll tell it to update automatically. Don't forget to do that, update automatically, so that if I open it later on or you open it later on, it'll have the most current date. So right now, oh, and I missed a letter there, J there. So now it has the June 12th. I need a space after that. So June 12th, then the address blocks, and so on. So next, preview your letters. So we go here, and it automatically changed over here, Dr. Cliff Rubens, and then down here, Dear Mr. Dr. Rubens. I want to go up here and click on to see. I'm going to go back through them, and you can click on the recipient list over on the right-hand side, and you see that over here on the left, it's changed. Now I go to Next, Complete the Merge. Right here is where you'll want to make the final changes. Say you want to print out, and I'm not going to print, but you want to make a record or save the file of all the individual letters so that you want to print them all out individually. We click Edit Individual Letters. We're going to merge the records. All is already selected. I click OK. And what it has just done, and I'll have to bring this in here for you to see, is now I go down here and I have all the letters in one document. So you can then save that as the assignment label that it tells you to your Google Drive. And if you're just doing this for yourself, this is where you then have your file and you can print it out. So hopefully this has helped explain how to do the mail merge and also reiterate how to do a business letter block style with mixed punctuation. So hopefully this has helped you learn how to do the mail merge. Remember, go to Mailings at the top, start Mail Merge, and go to the step-by-step Mail Merge wizard. Good luck and have a great day.